is. We are joined by financial expert Amy Garrick to get you prepared for paying taxes. Amy, thank you for being here.
Good morning.
No one likes to think about it, but we've got to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. There are still some things that you can do before the end of the year if you want to try and save money on taxes.
Okay.
So the first thing we think about this time of year is to analyze your capital gain situation. So if you have investments and you have generated gains or realized gains, then you can use any capital losses to offset those gains. So this is a great time to be looking at that. If you can generate those losses before the end of the year and realize those losses, then you can deduct them on your 2022 tax returns.
Okay.
Talk to your broker, talk to your CPA, talk to your financial advisor about this. Remember, we're talking about capital gains and capital losses in non-retirement accounts. You cannot deduct losses that are in retirement accounts.
Sure.
So keep that in mind. If you're a business owner or self-employed individual, there are some retirement plans that you can establish before the end of the year. So that's another thing that you should consult with your accountant about. We're getting down to the wire, but if you talk to your advisors now, then hopefully you can get something done before the end of the year. The other thing that we always recommend people take a look at right now, itemized deductions. Can you itemize? If you have enough deductions to itemize, this might be a good time to consider charity if you're going to give any charitable dollars before the end of the year. You can still give things away. If you're going to give stock, you might want to talk to your broker now or talk to your advisor now, because a lot of firms have deadlines that are long before December 31st, so that there's time to get those transactions done before the end of the year.
Sure.
On your screen, you can see the itemized or the standard deduction rules. So you take the higher of your itemized deduction or the standard deduction. A lot of people think it's a negative if you take the standard deduction. That just means that the government's giving you some free deductions if you don't have enough to itemize. So it's not a negative.
Okay.
But if your deductions are over $25,000 for married filing jointly, then you can deduct charitable contributions. You can deduct state taxes up to $10,000. So you may want to consider making your fourth quarter state tax payment before the end of the year if you're under that $10,000 of state and local taxes.
How about, what if somebody spends a lot of money on things that they only need for work?
Sorry, Pat, I know we talked about this beforehand.
No, I'm just
but
asking.
You're thinking of before 2018, when tax laws changed, there was a category called miscellaneous itemized deductions, and that allowed you to deduct unreimbursed business expenses, things that you pay for work that your employer doesn't reimburse you for. You can't do that anymore, so I'm sorry. But
yeah, but I
I'm
know
glad you
even
saved
like
a lot
the
of seats.
cops, they have to buy their uniform and that sort of thing. You know, but that's good to know.
Yeah, you know, and I mean, obviously, you've always got to check with whoever is looking at your actual taxes. But yeah, it may not, you know, things did change in the last few years. So.
Right, things changed in 2017 that took effect for the 2018 tax year. But what's important now, take a look at your itemized deductions, take a look at your charitable contributions, get those done before the end of the year, take a look at your state taxes. Medical expenses are a big one.
Sure.
If you have things to pay and you can do it before the end of the year and you have enough to itemize, you might consider bunching. If there are things that you were maybe putting off until next year, maybe consider doing them this year. But take a look at all of that, talk to your advisors, talk to your CPA, talk to your broker, and see what you can accomplish. But do it now, because we're getting close to December 31st.
Yeah, we are.
Thanks,
Amy,
Amy.
thanks.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
just kept me out of federal